Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Just a bit of an update. The last couple of weeks we've been getting daily really insane cryptocurrency news when it comes to the holders of Bitcoin ETFs. We've had a couple of surprising weeks where the information has been coming out from the people who have exposure to Bitcoin and or are holding spot Bitcoin, and the filings have been coming in from the US SEC and or people have been looking through the SEC's paperwork and website to figure out exactly which companies are actively holding Bitcoin. The interesting part is that a large portion of these remained, and I say hidden, so the paperwork was filed, but people actually had to find that these companies and institutions actually had Bitcoin, similar to Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and a bunch of other companies we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks. So more news has been released. This is regarding professional firms, usually institutions and or companies who have several hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars at their disposal for their investments. The news comes out that apparently just for BlackRock alone, this isn't encompassing everything. This also isn't all of the money that BlackRock is holding with the ETFs. It is that the professional, institutional grade registered companies, apparently there are 400 of them who have actually filed with BlackRock and own Bitcoin through their Bitcoin ETF. There's an ETF analyst who we typically hear about sometimes in some videos. His name is Eric Balchunas. He said that this is mind-blowing, and I'm going to go over the numbers exactly why. We have been in a very fascinating spot the last couple of years where Bitcoin has outperformed many, if not all, assets. Maybe there's one other one that did spectacularly well, but typically over the course of many years, especially if you extrapolate and pull the line out, Bitcoin has outperformed every other asset that we know, but especially within the last couple of years. There's been a twinge recently of hype around gold. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. There's a lot of propaganda floating around. That is the correct word to use, simply because a lot of companies have realized that no one wants gold, so they're trying to offload it. You might have noticed that as well for, I think it's called Costco. I'm pretty sure it's Costco. Costco has been advertising how many people want their gold and how much gold that they have. The story is, we're Costco, we're a big company, we're offering gold. It's for you, the everyday people. What it actually is that a lot of these gold companies find out that there's actually like so little demand, they've actually been offloading it onto Costco. And Costco has been offloading it onto people who go into their stores as a great, fantastic way to be able to invest. And this also became major news as well when gold popped up by around $200, its first major movement in the last decade or so. We in the cryptocurrency space have been seeing that over the course of the last decade, not only has the US dollar lost 99%, literally 99.9% of its value to Bitcoin, but also the fact that a lot of people in the institutional spaces have actually been selling off their gold a lot behind the scenes, and also selling off their paper gold. So derivative versions of gold that the company is holding that acts as a representation of exactly how much gold that the company should be holding. So the piece of paper will literally say, you hold 1,000 pieces of gold. Gold hasn't gone anywhere, and that's because we keep finding more and more of it every single year inside of the earth. Our technology only gets better, and therefore gold is literally a commodity, but it's not a commodity that people want anymore, that people have been lied to for a very long time that they should have, and also no young person wants to hold any kind of gold, jewelry normally or otherwise. So according to all of the filings that we've actually gotten, once again, the ETF analyst, Eric, he said that in total, all of the filings that have been coming out within the last couple of weeks, just for professional institutional grade firms, comes out to 937 companies. And these are only the companies who have registered as of the 31st of March. All of the numbers that we've been getting for all the companies who are in Bitcoin, in ETFs, and Bitcoin ETFs, and all these other things, they were only required to file so far for the first quarter of this year. We still have not gotten quarter two filings, which are probably going to be even more insane because this literally only counts in the first 6 or 7 weeks of the actual Bitcoin ETFs. So within the first 6 or 7 weeks of the ETFs, we got 937 professional grade companies who moved into the Bitcoin ETF space. According to the ETF analyst, he said this is currently it is 10 times the amount of companies who have invested in gold ETFs, which we've also been seeing sold off over the course of the last couple of years. The idea of gold, to me, maybe it's because, and I don't want to say a different generation, I'm not, whatever. It's incredibly odd to me just based off of actual numbers. We've seen the numbers here before. If you don't know them, there are multiple different charts that show exactly, and I mean the most popular one is if you had put $1 into gold and $1 into Bitcoin in 2009, how much money you would have. The number for gold, I believe, is around $2.20 if you had put $1 into it. If you had put that $1 into Bitcoin, you'd have, I think, $3 million. That's the normal thing. And even more so, squeezing it down, not the full 15, 16 years, but also just to the last 10 years. Bitcoin has completely outperformed every other asset. And I find it always a little weird that, I mean, to be, how do I say this? Companies and institutions who made their money the old way are kind of desperate to kind of leave it that way. This is why we've seen such a huge push from Visa and MasterCard and also PayPal and MoneyGram and Western Union to get into the cryptocurrency space because they know that their systems are outdated and people are looking for a brand new way to like move their money around to do things, et cetera, et cetera. And it's kind of the same exact thing with gold. There are a lot of, and I don't know why, there's so many gold bugs. Is what they're called. You have like Bitcoin maximalists and you have gold bugs. I don't understand what, sure. Who over the last few years have kind of like made sure to constantly throw mud at the cryptocurrency space or at the Bitcoin space. And it doesn't, at a certain point, you just have to feel kind of silly because regardless of what you tell us, we know that you're completely wrong because we can count. According to analysis by a company called K33 Research, apparently, of the 937 professional firms, they found out that there's around over $11 billion that they had put into Bitcoin just within the first 7 weeks of the ETFs actually opening. And according to their numbers, it comes out to around 18.7% of their total assets. So 18% of these companies are now, and that the percentage of like 100% of the money that they have, 18% of that is invested into Bitcoin ETFs. So this news continues to roll out. And it's just more of a, as I always say, I just want to make sure that everyone's constantly informed about everything that's happening because this news does not hit normal news platforms. It's not going to hit your late night news and it's not going to probably go anywhere else. A lot of this revolves just within like a very specific place within the financial world. It's people who are in crypto, and it's also people who are like in these firms. You have to think about it. They're allocating billions of dollars into this market, and sometimes hundreds of billions of dollars, because we've also been hearing about a lot of other filings from other companies, but also from other countries and stuff as well, and also the other companies who are already holding billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, who we've known about in our market for a while. But none of it is making normal news. People continue to talk about very specific stocks and or bonds and or gold as if that's the thing to currently invest in. So just thought I'd share the news because how much you want to bet we're going to get some more of this kind of news over the course of the week. Yep, because that's how it always ends up working out. So tons of money is flowing into our market and probably will continue to do so. And the Bitcoin price predictions are going to continue rolling in as well because everyone's expecting a high 6-figure Bitcoin, and some people have begun whispering about a 7-figure Bitcoin as well. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Dope. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.